Good morning, campers. Welcome back to the Cut the Camera podcast. It's your host, Nicholas Sturniolo.
And your other one, Matthew Sturniolo.
And Chris.
But
I'm here, guys.
Nice. Congratulations. It's been a while since I feel like you've been here.
Yeah, it's been quite some time, but I'm back. And I'm ready to film.
Glad you're back.
Amazing.
I want to start this off by saying, drank 2 waters today, 2 Cokes.
I'm not getting
2
up
Cokes,
once.
3 waters today, actually. So there will be a Matthew Sturniolo potty break at some point.
Can we
You
talk
think so?
about cherry Coke and how it's so much better than regular Coke? And
Can we talk about how Pepsi's significantly better than both of those?
A Coke vanilla can steer me in a very positive direction.
Soda to me. Just
Soda.
kidding. Just
No,
kidding.
I
just
think we
kidding.
need more exotic
soda.
flavors of soda. I want like a peach flavor. I want like a peach. I want like a
Green apple and
orange cream in a can, like orange cream soda. Just, the good stuff.
I got you.
Absolutely.
No, what was I going to say? I was about to say something, but I totally forget. It was about what you were saying. You were saying...
I was going to say I'm going to pee at some point today.
Oh, yeah. Because you did have 2... I think you had more sodas than you think because of this morning.
No.
That was for the 2?
Yeah.
Oh. Me and Matt went to the car dealership today to get the tire fix of the car because it went boom yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a super fun day for Matt. Like, even though like something really negative happened, Matt really stuck together and was just super positive and social all day.
Don't talk to me like that.
So it was amazing.
Don't
He didn't
talk
let,
to me
let
like
it
that.
affect him or his day one bit. Which
Matt
I
was
think we
driving
all
and then
appreciate.
boom! Tire gone! And it was like... It sounded like a horse galloping in the front.
That's gonna be the loudest podcast clip I made.
And then
That boom was
That was
insane.
And then we
insane.
merged over, pulled over, called the good old people to
They
fix
don't.
the
I don't
tire.
think they care that.
I was
much
gonna say we
at
don't
all.
care.
It was just so stressful.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
I
I'm
just like
putting it all
you're
out there.
venting.
Neck real
Yeah.
bad.
Nick, go like this. This is what I do when my neck hurts. And then it
Oh wow,
feels a
my neck
crack.
just cracked.
Yep.
I got one.
Like you gotta like really put your neck
Dude,
down.
parts of my body that I never thought would crack are cracking now as I move.
Sometimes I'll
Like
crack my neck
ankles,
just
my
by going like
knees.
this, and I'll think I just died.
Yeah.
Like it'll have the best like it's like
Sometimes I'm doing it in public in like a restaurant. I'm like, I need to stop. Like someone's looking at me and I'm like,
yeah, that's a little crazy.
like hands up is really crazy. It's this that's the issue. It's not really the neck. Like this is chill, right? Because my hands are calm. It's this.
well, it just looks like I'm gonna fight somebody. You know what I mean? If someone's like this, like if someone's like, that's like the classic. Like I'm getting ready to, like pop you up. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm getting ready to fight.
Anyways, today's episode we're gonna give you guys advice on things that you are dealing with or struggling with. That's my phone, Matt. I don't know who. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why I'm like
4
why is it
vibrations
blowing
in a
up?
row.
I just
And
put
it's
mine
in do not disturb.
Oh,
Who
someone
is
dying?
it? Say, leave me alone, person.
Anyways, we're gonna move on to advice to you guys. So we asked you guys, what do you need advice on?
Disclaimer: this is our opinion. Take our advice as you.
I was about to say,
As you
this is
need-
our advice. Our advice is not the 100% way to go about a situation.
It's like Chris
This is
Sturniolo
just how
says.
we would do it and how it works for us.
It's also like I said, like
Everything's open for interpretation here.
if you're in a situation no one else is, you got the best vision.
Correct.
You might need some guidance and specific
Not all
choices,
the time,
but
yes.
you can try to figure it out.
Also, please bear with me because usually when we film episodes that have to do with responses, I gather like the best 50 and then we do like 20 at random. But I have not gathered any, so I'm sorting through.
We're gathering on the way, but
I'm
that's
sorting
okay.
through 10,568 responses to
Whenever
try
I
and find
hear
some.
the word gather, I think of like walking through like a field and like picking a berry one by one. Like I'm just gathering these little raspberries and blueberries and filling up my like a wicker basket and just filling it up with berries.
That's good.
That's what I hear when I hear the word gather.
It's good that your brain works in ways like that. Like it just helps you with a visual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You hear a word and immediately have a helpful.
I think that
visual
is
aid.
That's a fun game. Like, what's the first thing you envision with like a certain word?
Okay.
Like, if I say like metal, what's the first thing you thought of?
Like, oh God,
I thought of just like
like
those,
a beam. Like a beam, like one of those beams. Like,
I
like
thought-
literally the Fortnite metal icon, but like IRL.
Yes.
Like
Okay.
actual
So a metal beam.
metal
Nick.
beam.
I thought of like those steel grates when you're like walking and you step and it sounds like you're falling through the ground. It's like,
Oh,
boom,
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. That's what I thought. of.
Okay. Let me do another one.
What about you?
Electricity.
What about you?
I thought of an outlet.
I meant for the last one.
Steel.
The metal one.
Oh, I thought I looked at that thing, and that's what made me say it. That little
Okay.
silver thing on the wall.
I thought of a electricity. I thought of a lightning bolt.
I also thought of a lightning bolt.
Okay, let's play one more. Hungry.
Food.
No, what'd you see?
I just instantly the word food came into my head.
Matt.
Pasta hit me like a truck right
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Fun game.
What about you?
I can't play this game because I'm dishing out the word.
Okay.
10.
What?
10.
The number 10.
I just saw like the number 10, like 10.
Okay. Boring.
Okay, let me do it again. Hold on, let me look.
No, we're good.
No, give me one
Nick, go
more.
ahead.
One more. One.
Slime.
Nickelodeon green
Goop.
blast.
Nice.
All right, Nick.
Specifically, I thought of Never mind. Go ahead.
Don't care.
All right. Bear with me. Haven't read this, so I don't know what it's gonna like say.
No
so don't yell at
worries,
me.
no
you're
worries.
good, dude. Take your time. Whatever you need.
This person said, "Hey guys, so basically ever since I was younger, I've always struggled with friendships and that like I've always been in toxic friendships and just stuck with them because I don't want to be lonely. I've always wondered if I'm just the problem because this has been happening since I was 6. I'd always be the one left out or the one that they would argue with, and then I joined a new school and I didn't talk to most of the people until halfway through the school year. Since I was afraid of embarrassing myself or just getting made fun of, I then talked to some of the teachers a bit, and they just told me to keep asking questions at lunch. And obviously, I didn't do that with a skull emoji. Like, I finally started talking to more people in my form, but I've always just thought that they just felt sorry for me and were talking to me, and that they were just talking to me and faking that they like me, honestly. I kind of understand why. I feel like this because I've never felt how it is to have a proper friend. And not trusting anyone after those situations that happened when I was younger. But the thing I want advice on is how to get those into these... Oh my God.
Is it you or is it her, Nick?
I don't think it's me.
Okay.
I want advice on how to not get into those toxic friendships and finding people you can open up to and feel happy with. And also, I need tips on confidence. Like, I literally can't talk to people I've known since I was 3. Like, what? Anyways, love you guys. Bye. Sorry for the long-ass paragraph.
Okay.
No, the longest paragraph is good.
I agree. The first thing that I want to say is the keeping friends around because you're scared of being lonely. That's gonna hurt you more in the end than anything. Relying on just like a bunch of other people that, if they don't care about you, is not a good place to be at all.
I agree with you.
So
I would say my advice of the situation, one thing that I noticed was like how you were saying that you have like arguments with the person or whoever you're friends with, and then it like falls out, and that's how most of your friendships end. I would like analyze each argument you're having with the person and realize if it's something you're doing or if it's like something that's like just ironic, or just like happening. Like if you're arguing with each person about like your time management, then maybe that's a problem you have. You know what I mean? If you're arguing with each person about like anything, just realize why each person is like starting these arguments or issues with you, because then maybe it's something you can fix. If they're all different reasons, then I would just say you're not finding the right people. I think like the best way and that I've seen like a friendship start and a friendship like be good long term is like how you meet the person, you know what I mean? Like, and how like
initial hobby.
Yes. Like our friend Nathan is our best friend and someone I trust with my life and I can go to with anything. And we met at hockey because we had the similar interests in sports. Well, Nick met him at hockey.
Because I'm an avid sport player. I love physical activity and all that. So it was super easy for me.
Yeah.
As you're friends with someone, and that's something that I feel like a lot of our viewers are going to resonate with because you guys are, for the most part, young or our age. So you're understanding, like you're in the perfect spot of like developing new friendships and dealing with older friendships. Where like with your older friendships, as you get older, especially to a lot of the viewers who are in middle school or high school, your friends that you have now, you guys are in some of the most avid changing parts of your life where like
I agree.
Your interests next year are going to be very different than your interests now, and your hobbies now are going to be very different than your hobbies in the future, and everything like that. Like the way you think about situations, the way you act on situations is going to consistently change. So all the friendships that you have now probably make sense for you right now because they align with the path of your current life. But if you start to change your path to better yourself, and some of these friendships will not align to how you're going to move forward to progress with your own happiness, that's okay.
I agree.
But I feel like there's a lot of situations where it's just not worth to try and like. I understand feeling lonely though, but there's that's another thing is like you're always gonna find friends in the. If you're 100% true to yourself and you're doing things that are 100% true to you, you're going to find friends in the new path you take because there's going to be people there on the same path as you. With now you're making new friends that are now on your new path. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's why I don't fear changing myself, because if I change myself and that leads me to like a different thing, I'm going to find friends in that because that's a hobby that I am interested in.
Correct.
Yep.
I agree.
I fully agree as well.
I'm
Last
the
thing she said was
speaker.
about confidence.
I mean, confidence is just like, there's so many, I feel like for me, there's so many different levels of confidence, for me at least. A lot of people, I feel like, take the word confidence or take the idea of confidence and just make it one big jumbo thing. Whereas for me, I can isolate my confidence in like my speaking skills, how I look and how I feel and how I act and how my like my skills are with communicating. Like, I think working on what you lack in confidence, you know what I mean? If you're not confident in the way you look, or you're not confident in the way that you can, like, your public setting or like your public speech around people, like, that's what I think the issue, like a lot of people's confidence issues are at first, is not pinpointing what exactly they are not confident in.
Correct. All right, next one, Nick.
I have a teacher who doesn't teach. He just sits at his desk all class. I just failed his test. I talked to a guidance counselor and they said they would like tell home he has to teach and that my grade would be changed because he made 2 question paragraphs 30 points and he didn't give any half points. So if you did one part wrong, you got 70. You got a 70. So basically it's a project with 2 short answers and there's no like,
So
you
if-
can
yeah,
get like
you're
half
fucked.
credit. It's like if you immediately get one wrong, you're just down to a 70 immediately. Then the second part wrong, you go down to like a 40, but then they haven't yet. I don't know what that meant. Now he knows that I basically told on him and he hates me, but I don't care about it. What should I do? Should I go back to guidance because I know that at least 10 other people have complained about him? Like, how isn't he fired yet?
You should just keep doing your thing, and this sounds like a issue with him personally. And he's a moron.
Well,
So
I think teachers like literally like aren't allowed to hold grudges on a student academically.
I agree.
Like if this teacher hates you, there's nothing that he can do to like make your grade worse.
yeah, if your teacher hates you but you're getting all the questions right, he needs to still mark you as 100 and pass you for the class.
So it's like,
you can't like.
it's like
But I
you
feel
can-
like teachers also have the ability to make your day so much harder if they don't like you. I feel like that is an actual thing.
I mean, yeah,
fully
for sure.
agree,
But it's also
but
like,
that's-
I think that, I don't know. I just
he needs
think
to
it's
go.
like,
The teacher needs to grow up. That's
I
a
had severe
problem,
issues with several teachers when I was in school, and I got sent to the principal so many times, or I got in trouble so many times because it's like, I just think that it's all about respect in my eyes, and that's where me and teachers didn't really ever see eye to eye. It's like I just consistently felt disrespected by teachers, and their teachers move on their own agenda because it is a lot of hard work, their job, and they're managing so many different students. So it's hard, but it's also like the number one way I learned when I was in school is with having teachers that cared about me, because any teacher that cared about me as an actual human being and really get to know me, or was just confident in what they were teaching and engaging and let you learn the way that you needed to, that's when I felt like I learned the most in the class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know how to give advice in this situation.
Well,
Because
it's an
I
impossible situation to
constantly-
give advice on because the person in the wrong is your teacher, not you.
well, it's also
Yeah,
like, I
so-
feel like the problem here isn't like you solving the problems academically. You know, like I think you're gonna solve the problems and learn how you need to learn and like get the problems right. It's just I feel like the main focus is your arguments with the teacher. And
I
your
feel like what
disagreement
we
with
need
the
to
teacher.
give more of is advice to
I think-
teachers. It's like I think
I
teachers
just think
need.
personally what I would do is like you have to realize when you have a teacher, you have them for 1 year. It's really not that long of a time. It may seem like forever, but you're gonna have a new teacher before you even know it. So it's like what I would say is like just fake it till you make it. And like if I could go back in time to my school experience, what I would do is like just to pretend, even if you have to fake it, just be overly like want to problem solve. You know what I mean? If you go to a teacher and you're like, look, like I know that that is wrong in your class, and like you don't like when I behave like this, and I'm gonna work on that, and like this, that, and you explain like forwardly all your problems to the teacher. They're an adult. They should realize that like if someone comes to a teacher with like wanting to problem solve, you want to make the teacher feel like you want to find a solution as well. You know what I mean? That's like a problem that I had in school. Is the second that I shut down in school or like didn't like a teacher, they were well aware that I had zero chance of even attempting to want to like do right. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like and I shut down. You need to just try your hardest to not shut down. And I think like talking to guidance and not like snitching on the teacher, but just being like, me and Mr. So-and-so don't like work together well, and I don't like the way they teach. It's all in like explaining yourself.
Yeah,
And
it's like if you're in an old enough class, like a freshman, sophomore, junior, like you're in high school, I feel like there's a possibility to switch teachers now. That's like a thing, right? You can switch
but I have no
class, you
idea.
switch your schedule
it's
up.
just whatever.
It's just unbelievable. Sometimes like my best advice for this whole situation is more toward teachers, where it's like I feel like teachers just need to put the effort into understanding their kids' lives more and how they learn, as opposed to just like throwing a packet at them and telling them to fill it out.
Well,
That's
yeah.
never gonna work.
It's like you're not a teacher, you're a babysitter.
You're an organizer.
Yeah.
You're
All right, let's
organizing the thing. A lot of people, I just like curated, like I read a bunch of them. A lot of people just want advice on like relationships while in high school, romantic relationships in high school. I'm an avid high school relationship hater. Not that it's not possible, because there's plenty of people that like get together in high school and then stay together forever. But I just think of like, if you spent your time in high school really educating yourself on something that you are so passionate about, by the time you're out of high school, if you've already put like after school, if you spent time going home and working super hard on whatever it is you're passionate about, by the time high school is over, you're going to know so much about the topic that you love, and you're going to be able to like move forward and make so much progress immediately out of school.
I just feel like high school relationships aren't like, I don't know. I just think you're at a point where it's like no matter what grade you are in high school, you're so far away from what you need to prioritize in your life.
Absolutely.
So it's like you have those are your prime time.
There's just so much time ahead of you.
Those are your prime time years to figure out who you want to be as a person, what you want to do when you grow up, if you're going to go to college, if you're going to go to the work, like if you're going to go to the work union, just anything like that. So it's like, I just see it as like, you can have a high school relationship, but putting it as your first priority is not only making it so that you're like almost ruining your high school years, but you're also just...
Well, this goes for anything. This doesn't even go for high school relationships. This goes for life. Like if you get into a relationship and you put it as your number one priority and you stop cutting off like your work life and everything else you do, then that's already a negative thing.
Yeah, because the second you break up, you're
I think
changing
it's more
an
of like
entire lifestyle.
Yeah, and it's like how I look at it as well is like, it's like have fun in high school, date people, have fun, do what you want, but don't let it fully impact like what you could have in your like career and like what you're learning. You know what I mean? I think like I've seen students that like, or like I've seen friends or classmates in school that will literally like change a class to be with like their girl, or like change height, like literally, or like change like
like literally like graduate and go to like the same college.
Yeah, like some people will literally make their college decision based off of like
you're
a
not even
boyfriend that goes.
You're
to
not
school.
even like,
and it's like
you need to go to college to major for what you want to do for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
you're going to
that seems like a little
relationship.
ridiculous to like plan your college education based off of like where your boyfriend.
I think my
goes
best
to
advice
school.
for actual like specifically in high school relationships is as simple as like, just don't do it because you feel like everybody else is. Because I feel like I was literally talking about it today earlier. I feel like there's like this like peak of like in sophomore, junior, senior year of high school area, where like that's kind of this time frame where everyone's getting into relationships, and then everybody kind of feels like they have to. You know what I mean? Like sophomore, junior, senior year high school is when I feel like there's like a massive peak in like people like getting together and romance and blah blah blah. But it's like you're also just kids. Like
and it's
I'm
also
about to
like,
contradict everything I just said too, but it's like you are in high school, you live once. If you and somebody like each other, Go for it. See how it works. Have fun. Go to homecoming together. Go to his
It
basketball
is
game.
cute.
Do whatever
it's
you
fun.
want.
It's like
It's cool,
It's
but
good.
it's also
But like, just don't.
corny. You're gonna
It's
graduate high
not-
school and be like, oh god.
No, it's just at the end of the day, it's like, oh, if this didn't happen in your relationship, it's not. It can be
Well,
fun.
I
It's
just
high
think,
school
like,
relationships
It
are
shouldn't
not
be
the
your.
end of
people
it.
You're
just
too young to make it your
people
first
just
priority.
date in high school as well just to date. Like people just don't even care if they have anything in common.
That's
at
what
all.
I'm saying.
Like there's so many relationships that I think of like when we were in high school, like even thinking of like two people together, I'm like, I can't believe.
Well, it's
those
like your high
dated.
school is such like a small pool of people.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's so many people out in the world.
It's honestly
that-
hilarious.
It
Like
is
high
pretty
school,
funny.
like it is also just crazy. It's like sophomore year, like this guy's dating this girl, and then junior year he's dating her friend, and then senior year that girl's.
That's what
dating,
I'm saying.
his
Like
friend.
the
It's like,
pool is so small that it's
small.
like it's like just like it gets messy. It gets drama filled.
It gets
Yeah.
gross.
And all of it,
It's also
and
just like-
all of it stays in high school.
It's also like
all the high school
Yeah.
all
drama.
the high school shit too is like, bro, like
it's
that's
unbelievable.
that's
how
your
much
peak
high
time.
school drama doesn't matter when you're done with high school.
I know,
I
it's
haven't thought about
over.
what my life was like when I was in high school since the moment I left Somerville
I will.
High School.
I
for the
think a
last
lot
time.
about like friends that like school friends that I used to have. Like never see them outside of school. And I'm like,
yeah, but
I
like the
wonder
people
how
like
they're
the
doing.
random kid you just used to like talk
Yeah.
to in math class or something.
Correct, but
Yeah.
like, you know, it's just like
Well, it's also like those high school is like your prime time to make memories that like aren't with like a girlfriend sitting at her house all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go outside, go to the
Go-
park.
go with your
Our
friends
best
and do
memories
stuff.
are like when
Join
it was like
sports, join
freezing
clubs.
cold out, and we like would walk like through the wintry cold to like
like,
the local
fucking-
fucking Starbucks or something
Yeah.
and just sit there. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like those were some of the peak times. You know.
Yep.
I feel like it is more. You're gonna look back your high school experience and enjoy it and thinking about it. You're gonna enjoy thinking about it more if it was positive memories with a group of friends than if it was like positive memories with one person. I feel
agree.
like.
Yep.
Next thing, recently I just feel like I'm out of motivation for anything and I don't know how to get it back.
this is really simple. It's something that you can't force, and you'll just find what it is that you enjoy and what it is that you love, and then you'll do it. You can't. It's like impossible to force something to be motivated about.
Well, it's also
That
like
shit will
the,
hit you like a
the
ton of
easiest way
bricks.
to be motivated to do something is keep things new, like and exciting. You know what I mean? Like you can't just like if you do the same thing over and over again, it's gonna get boring and you're gonna get like exhausted of it. But like keep life fresh, do
But,
fun
like,
things.
here's
and
the-
do,
here's
like,
the thing,
and
too.
do try new things and stuff like that. And also like
There's no way off the top of anyone's mind in this entire earth they can't name like their favorite thing. Like
there's definitely a way.
there's no or a favorite thing. Chris, if I went up to you and I was like, give me a list of things you like,
Yeah.
you could find things that you like.
Yeah.
There's no way that somebody can't come up with one. That's where you start.
Yeah.
When you think the first thing that hits your mind when you say, give me a list of things you like, something just hit both of your
Music.
minds. There it is. That's where you start. So now you
Yeah.
go do that.
Well,
doesn't
it's
work?
also like
Give me
I
a
also
list of
think
things
that
you
that's like a personal health thing. Like one thing for me is like when I feel the least motivated in something, it's when I'm the most exhausted, when I'm not sleeping enough, when I'm not eating enough, and when I'm not like doing enough like for my physical body to like be good. You know what I mean? Yeah, like you need your body to be in like
You
not-
need energy to be
yeah,
motivated.
in order to be motivated, you need to be feeling good. You need to be
Eating
like
good, going
eating
to
good,
bed.
sleeping well, like that type of shit.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
is
I
like,
feel like-
me preaching this is insane because
Yeah.
I don't eat.
Yeah,
good,
because
I
I
don't
was
sleep
gonna say
good,
it's like
but-
a lot of the time I feel this sense of like I
feel like the sense of missing out on like sometimes I'm doing something and I feel like I'd be doing it better if I had a good night's sleep and a decent
and if I was
meal.
motivated to
Yes,
do so.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like sometimes I have motivation to get something done just for the sake of doing it, but not motivation to like actually do it well.
Yeah.
And that's the
I
thing. It's
agree.
like you don't want to just find motivation. You want to find motivation to do something and do it successfully and well.
I-
I think finding motivation in small things first is like really important as well.
I agree.
Like if you're like if you motivate yourself and you wake up and you're like, I'm gonna get out of this bed, take all my sheets and pillowcases off, wash it, and then make my bed again, and you find motivation to do that day, you already are one step in the right direction.
Amen. Yeah, start small.
Yeah.
Get bigger. Work bigger.
Nobody's asking you to campaign for presidency, you know? Just
Yep.
Someone said, I know that one of my friends is gay, but he does not know that I know. How do I make him comfortable enough to tell me?
Well, it all comes down to how you found out.
If
If you know he's gay just off a hunch, like you
I was gonna
guessed,
say.
then you don't know he's gay.
correct.
But like if you know like insider info, like he like I
If
don't
you know he's gay and you're just waiting for him to tell you or waiting for him to be comfortable with you, the best thing that you can do is live life normally as his friend, and eventually it will happen. And eventually, if it doesn't, you're still a good friend to him.
Well, we
no
should
matter
have
what's
our
happening.
our
Well, I'm just thinking of like I feel like the best case scenario, and I always say this, like, is if you have like a hunch that someone's gay, or if you have like a feeling, or if you actually have concrete evidence. Because there's some people out there that I'm just like, I know that this person's gay because like you just like
You
like,
can feel it.
I know,
Yeah.
not that I can feel it, but like I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd say it's just like just continuously making supporting and like remarks and just avoiding negative ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's like so many times where there's like a bandwagon of homophobia and someone will say something and it's so easy for everybody to like agree with that someone who's saying
Yeah.
something homophobic. But like I'd just say it's like a lot of coming out and who you feel comfortable telling is based off of how this person
Who you are as a
projects
person.
their thoughts. Like a lot of the people that I had come out to first when I was coming out was like people with like bi parents or like gay couple parents. You know what I mean? Because it was like I know that
or
like
with already gay friends.
yeah,
Yeah.
like if someone already has gay friends or someone already a part of the first thing about that person feeling comfortable to do so is them finding somebody that they can relate to. So it's like I'm not saying go up to them and say, "Hey, queen girl boss, living
Or
your
if, like,
best
you go up to-
fantasy today" or something. Like don't act like overtly.
Going up to him being like, that guy over there is cute, right? That guy over there.
Yeah, like I'm
That
not saying
boy.
I'm
that
not
guy.
saying go up to someone and like force it out of them. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying like if naturally spoken about, it should just be like a common thing. Because what I always find so funny is how in 2024 when there's like there'll be some specific people that I talk to or just like I meet once and like the way they talk when they know you're gay. Like if you say something about like, oh, me and a guy, or like you refer to being in at any level gay, it's so difficult for them to also say it back.
Yeah.
And that like that's all it takes is like
Yeah.
just feeling just you being casual and normal about gay shit. You know what I mean? There's some people where it's like it genuinely takes everything out of them to like talk about something gay or express a thought about something being gay. Like you can see the difficulty in them getting those words
is
out of their
crazy.
mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like just making sure that you're not one of those people. Like if it's just like fluid for you to be talking about a gay couple or a gay man versus straight woman or straight couple, very normal. As long as you create it as a norm in your brain and you treat it like a norm in the world, the person's going to eventually feel normal and comfortable talking to you about it.
Amen.
Just don't rush it.
Why Rush? A short film by Cole Bennett.
Oh my God, my mouth hurts. I have to get my wisdom teeth out. I have like a pain behind my ear.
Ooh, that's
the
one.
wisdom tooth.
Like
right
it's
there.
like, oh my God, I
Yeah.
just kind of got a shooting pain.
He's
in
saying,
like 1
"Remove
minute.
me, take me out."
I know. Oh, it hurts.
He is. He's screaming that over there.
It's like right here. It's like in
Does
my
it hurt
ears.
your ears? Is it buzzing your ears?
Kids checking.
Well, we're also in the podcast. Like, there's like noises in here.
It's not buzzing my ears. It's like a stiffness right here.
Yeah, that's the
Oof,
tooth,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. You need to go to the dentist, dude. Imagine you pushed and it like popped out.
I'd love to just do that.
That'd be
They're
awesome.
all.
Wouldn't
That's the
happen.
thing that's weird about me having to get my wisdom teeth out is they're all showing. Like usually when you have to get your wisdom teeth out, they like cut the gums and like pull it out.
Yeah.
All four of mine are out there.
They're
Yeah.
chilling.
Do you know when you're going yet? Do you have the schedule or no?
No clue.
You had to text the
I'm
dentist.
probably supposed to go this month, but
You had to text the dentist, Nick.
I know.
Like after this pod. I'm not kidding either. Like, dude, the
Yeah.
longer you wait, the more it's gonna hurt, and the more vulnerable you are to like something going wrong during like.
I know. I
the-
started feeling pain a month ago.
Yeah, you need to plan.
You're a dummy.
But also, like, why? Can I just have these teeth? I
No,
want these
Look
teeth.
at you right
Nick,
now.
no.
You're
I
in
know,
pain.
I'm in a lot of pain. It's like my eyes hurt. I feel like I'm squinting.
You are?
Because my
Oh.
jaw is pushing up on my like eyes. It feels
Okay, Nick.
like.
Well, yes, you need to get
You
them
need to get
removed.
them
You can't
removed,
wait
dude.
anymore, you moron.
But it's not like pain. It's just discomfort for
okay,
now.
Nick.
read the thing, please.
I have a very close relationship with my older sister. With my younger sister, we never understand each other. And in this period in particular, I would like to help her with situations she's going through, but I don't know how to approach it.
Man.
I don't know what the fuck do little kids like. Just watch like
here's
Paw
the thing.
Patrol with
It
her.
depends what age you guys are. If this kid's like a little, like if your sister's like.
On a scale from pour and chug to sipping from your favorite glass, how do you prefer to quench your thirst? Whether you hydrate to live or live to hydrate, Liquid IV quenches your thirst faster than water alone. With 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness, all in a single sugar-free stick. The flavors like pear, white peach, green grape, lemon lime taste so good and remind us of drinking our favorite soda. Whether we're filming, in meetings, or just hanging out, Liquid IV is convenient to bring along for the on-the-go hydration. 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks, no artificial sweeteners, and 0 sugar. 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness. However you hydrate, grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco or get 20% off your first order when you go to liquidiv.com and use code CUT at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code CUT at liquidiv.com.
13,
baby, go play dolls.
If this girl is like 13, 14, she's in the stage of her life that you were in probably a little while ago, where
Well,
it's like
also like this. There's this awkward sibling phase where we even had it with Justin when we were like 14 and Justin was like 20. It's like there's that obvious difference where Justin's like an adult now and we're still kids, and then Justin was like there were situations growing up where like we would bicker with Justin or like argue or like just like not be on the same page as things. And then right when we turned the age he was, like now that we're like 20 years old, like when we were like 16 and 18, like we started getting closer with Justin again. There was like probably like a couple years awkward phase of just like he's an adult, we're kids. But now that we're all adults and all can like reflect on it and talk about things, we like laugh together at like shit that like when Justin was 6 years older than us or 7 years older than us, whatever. Like
when Justin would hang out with his friends and we're fucking running in his room, like
I think every single
causing
time
mayhem.
Justin brought a friend over, I would do anything I could to.
Yeah,
go
I
into
like
his room.
know that we
and
were
it's like
so
imagine
annoying to
how
him.
annoying
Like,
that would be.
Yeah, like I used to I want to play with blocks, but they're in Justin's room and they're on the top shelf. So I need to bring a 7-foot ladder from the basement into his room while all of his friends are here. Climb to the top of the shelf.
Like,
Get
imagine
these
you
blocks, bring them in the other room, and then find out that I want to play with magnets, and then go back into his room, put the blocks back, and then take the magnets off.
Like,
the
imagine you
fourth
wanna
shelf.
just hang
But
out
I
with
can't
your
use the big
friends.
ladder to get the magnets off the 4th shelf. I need to get the tiny ladder. So I take the big
Yeah,
ladder.
we would do
out.
anything
like
to be with
oh
Justin.
my
He,
god,
like,
just wanting to hang out with your friends, and then there's like 3 little fucking gremlins.
Yeah, but I think
like,
it's just, like,
actually can't believe
it's
my
just,
behavior.
Like, be
as a
nice
kid.
to your kid or your sister and just like wait it out because you're gonna relate at some point.
Yeah.
And don't like wait to just be friends with her. Just be nice with her, and then in a couple
Keep
years.
doing
But
your
also, like,
guys'
another thing that,
things.
like, the most difficult relationships that I feel like I find myself in, like, friendship-wise, is, like, it's difficult to talk to somebody that you feel like has no common interests as you or is not willing to listen. Like, there's a lot of occasions where it's, like, you just don't talk to someone because you know that they're not interested in what you want to speak about. So just putting forth an effort to make your little sister feel comfortable going to you and talking to you about something she likes, or you going out to her and be like, tell me about this. Because it's like, it is good that you are noting in this submission to us that like you're aware that the relationship is not as strong as it could be. So that means you want a change. That's what you're literally asking our advice on. So it's like, if you want a change enough, find out what she likes, and that's easy. You can figure that out by watching her. You know what I mean? See what she's telling your parents when she gets back from school. See what she's talking to her friends about. See what she has in her room. See what movie she's watching alone. And then just try and like whenever I watch a movie, I want to tell someone about
it's like,
it.
if
You know what I
y'all
mean?
don't
I don't
even-
watch a movie and then see it and be like, wow, and then like go to bed.
And it's like,
I
if-
like go up to somebody and be like, this
if y'all-
movie I watched is crazy. Be that person.
If y'all don't even have that much in common right now, it's like that's your sister. She'll always be your sister. Y'all
And it's
will
also like,
figure it
even
out.
if you don't care about something she cares about, try to learn anyway.
Yeah.
Like, go learn something about whatever she likes and then be like, oh, I saw this. That's pretty cool. Like, find an interest in one of hers. Idlewild, California. I read your shirt. You love gift shop merch, don't you? So do I. I want to go to like a barbecue place and get like a barbecue restaurant merch, and I keep forgetting every time we go.
yeah,
We just
we
got-
need to start just making like merch,
Oh my God. Let's
like-
Trip barbecue merch.
like of the places that like,
Write that down. Write it down right now.
Kid,
Nick, write that down.
like, dude,
Let's trip
use your phone.
barbecue.
I'll text you from my laptop.
Yeah. Let's trip barbecue merch. We're doing that. With the little pig with the wings, and it's like, let's trip barbecue. Honey roasted chicken. And pot pies and all that.
Dude, what are
stuff.
you typing? A scroll?
I said, let's trip barbecue little pig with wings.
There we go.
Right.
We're making a Let's Trip barbecue merch shop eventually now because of this.
Recently I've been feeling so anxious about school and what it feels like every little thing. I've developed anxiety over the past summer. School has gotten so hard to deal with. Do you have any advice? Love you guys. Before Matt talks, because this is his
I thought
forte.
she wrote that. I was
Before
like-
Matt talks, because this is his forte, I want to preface the mental health conversation with, I think, my least favorite question of all time. And Matt knows what I'm going to say.
Don't do it, Nick.
I shouldn't say it.
You can. I just like it will get me going for like a
Far
half
too
an
long.
hour, and I can't.
Like when people say, how is go up to you because they know you struggle with mental health or anxiety. And this is something I see Matt constantly face as an advocate for mental health and anxiety. And they go up and they're like, how is your anxiety or how's your mental health? As if there's a definable answer for the one thing you're feeling. You know what I mean? As if it is
Unplug
like
your
a-
ears, dude.
That's not a probable question to
There's
go
just
up
so,
to
there's
somebody and ask.
way too much to it. You know
How's
what I
your
mean?
mental health?
There's so many.
It's like, how's Oregon?
I don't fucking know.
As like a state. You know what I
Correct.
mean?
Yeah, it's,
Well,
it's
like, okay,
too
so it's like-
broad. It's
yeah.
too broad.
The word anxiety to me is like when I say it, I'm like I cringe myself out, right?
well, it's
And it's
become
not,
a
and
thing.
it's not because. Here's the reason. It's because yes, what I have is anxiety, and the feelings that I have are anxiety feelings. That's what you call it, right? That's the broad topic for it.
Yes.
But with what is anxiety is so many different categories where it's like it's just so broad. And like yes, I'll use anxiety all the time. I will always say when I talk about it, I will say my anxiety. But if I'm talking about something that's like the actual problem, like if this person is going to school, right? And the only thing that they're anxious about is genuinely gym class. They hate going to gym
That was
class.
me.
They don't want to change into their gym outfits. They don't want to run around and get sweaty before the day's end. You are not you're having anxiety, but the anxiety is all around the gym. So it's like I would get frustrated when people ask me that type of stuff because like people would go up to me and it's like, oh, are you still anxious about school? Are you still anxious about like this class? Are you still anxious about that? And it's like, I am not anxious about all of these things. I am anxious about one tiny little thing about going into gym.
Absolutely.
And it's like, yes, I could just like say that out loud, but it's like, I don't like, why say,
It's like someone's talking to you like you're a baby.
kind of, I feel.
Oh, how's your life? How's it up? How's it going on up there?
And I feel like there's never like a solid,
you can't answer that
you
question.
can't
It's an
answer,
unanswerable question.
You can't answer that question without going into like,
An emotional, detailed answer.
correct.
Yeah.
There's no like there really is no good or bad answer to
I like that.
How is your mental health? Because it's like on some aspects, my mental health is amazing. Like
Yeah.
on my work life right now, my mental health is great. I feel like I'm working on everything that I want to do. Where it's like on this part of my life, it could be not so good.
It's almost like
So it's
trying to define the calendar and like why
Yeah.
we picked the days of the week we did.
What is this
and,
girl's question? I'm like forgetting.
She's anxious about school.
Okay, Matt, give her advice. You went through it.
Man, it's hard because it's like
like, go to school and get yourself together.
famous words I heard.
Yeah.
I just the genuine thing that was the worst for me about school anxiety was not only just going into school, but the way people around make it a bigger deal or a thing where it's like I don't even know. I get like so it's hard
Triggered?
for me to not triggered, but like
It brings you right back.
yes, and I just don't know how to word it correctly or properly based off.
And it's
of like,
also
what I'm
everyone's
talking about.
experience is different. Like
Yeah.
I think it's the first step is kind of identifying what
What it
exactly
is.
the issue is here.
Correct. Because yes, you can have anxiety about school, but it has to be
There's an origin.
something about either going to school or that's why I don't like that, because yes, she told me what the problem is, but I still don't know what the problem is. I know that
Correct.
she's anxious about school, but what?
And I feel like that's
What-
a lot of, that's like you speaking right there just made me realize that that's probably a big problem that people with anxiety face is like,
Correct.
Some people
You
get
want
scared to like
get
like,
into detail, but you
Yes.
need to get into detail for help. That's why it's so.
Yes.
That's why it's like I have said.
Yeah, because people who have anxiety literally will be anxious.
I have
about
said a
explaining their
million. I
anxiety.
have said
It's
a
like-
million things about my anxiety on the internet already, where it's like I have barely scratched the surface of what even happens, because it's like, yes, this type of stuff happens, but there's just so many puzzle pieces to it. You know what I mean?
For sure. And I feel like it's just like, dude, like it all starts with like finding a core group for me, like having people that you can
Rely on at school,
communicate,
for sure.
rely on
That, like, a one
a
teacher.
parent figure or guardian to like pick you up if you need to get like if you need to leave somewhere, if you need to just
Yes,
escape.
yes.
Having like a one teacher that you can trust to go
like-
to, and just communicating your feelings with someone you trust. And finding like a guidance counselor at school. Some people hate that shit, but at least that person is literally like gonna honor that like they like these people are paid secret keepers. You know what I mean? People from work can't go blabbering your
Confidentiality has
business
to
and
happen.
stuff. You know, so it's like when you go to a conference room or something and talk to a teacher and like express how you're feeling and just make it aware. And I feel like a lot of schools nowadays, and it's really for at least for us and what our school experience was, is I feel like there's a lot of accommodations for people that do feel some type of way about
But
school.
then there are here's my genuine, like, I know this is like something you shouldn't say. If you are feeling uncomfortable in a class or anxious in a class and there are teachers that are stopping you from doing something that will calm you down or relax you, fuck them, walk out of the room immediately and just go do what you,
you can't
need to
say
do.
that, bro.
No, I agree because like I fully understand. It's like
so
you can't like
ridiculous.
You're
It's
not
so
supposed to,
ridiculous.
and I'm not preaching like, oh, walk out of class if you want to. What I'm saying is if you feel like you're in a very uncomforting position for any reason, it's like the rules of the day change.
Well,
if
I
you
just
are
think-
severely out of
I
it.
just think the
people will
school
end up-
system right now is set up to like some kids just don't learn that way. For me, it's like
Correct.
the way school is taught, like going and sitting down and talking about the same thing for an hour is so designed in a type of way, and it's been the same for years, where it's organized for some kids to just not be able to learn like that. For me, that's how it was. Like I cannot sit still and talk about the same thing for an hour without getting antsy and like feeling like I need to get up and walk away or not listening. So it's like everyone learns differently. The best thing you can do is just communicate to teachers and people and like try to figure it
But
out.
I will say, to wrap this up, it's like if I did a million things today and then I went up to the Nick or Chris and I was like, I was anxious today, where did they even begin to start to help me on the day?
Yeah, you gotta
you
break
need to
down.
you need to get into detail. The biggest help with figuring out what it is to yourself is breaking down all the bits and pieces of what is going on in your life, and then
write stuff
and
down.
then and then assigning what out of those things makes you the most uncomfortable when it happens.
I feel
'Cause
bad
then,
for this poor girl. I don't think we answered her
because
question
once
at
you
all.
get down to
I
the
don't think
root,
so
then
either.
you can. It's
I
hard,
feel like
though.
you just have to find like me and Chris are blessed to be triplets, and we're blessed to have a loving mother and father and older brother. Or Matt had countless sources of people to speak to.
Yeah, it's genuinely like I just started, like I did what I just said out loud. When I was anxious about school, I figured out what it was about school that put me in the most anxiety filled positions, and I started to chip away at those one at a time, where it's like, and also just don't expect success immediately. Don't expect to like one day wake up and be like, oh my God, I get to go to school today. This is going to be great. I'm awesome. This, that. It's going to be a hard cycle of getting into the thought process of, okay, I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better at going here. I'm getting better at doing that.
Yeah, without question.
It's so crazy because I feel like the time frame in like which our fans are in their life, almost every response is about either just mental health or like feeling like they're drifting away from a friend. Those are the two number one.
Well, it's because
things.
like when you're in like
high school,
when you're like a teenager, which is like so cringe for me
high
to say,
school or
'cause I
7th and
was
8th grade.
recently.
It's like this is
It's
like
like high school life. People value relationships and they think it's never gonna end.
yeah. The clarity that you have graduating high school and like being like 20, like being a graduate in high school to 20 years old is such a different level of clarity that you have than I feel like any other 2 years.
It's just the most eye-opening experience is like leaving school and enduring real life.
It's like the most corny statement
going
ever.
to like college or just pursuing something else. Like life hits you like a fucking bus when you get out of high school.
Yes.
And it moves quick. Very, very quick. For us, me, Matt, and Nick, like obviously didn't have the most normal like exit of high school because we're exiting high school with 25,000 subscribers chasing an unpractical dream that happened to pay out. Thank you, God. And we're very blessed for this, to be able to do what we do and have fun and live life and really chase and execute our dreams and like literally be filming this podcast. Like I still see memories and it's like me in school and it's like 3 years ago or like 4 years ago. And I'm like, the fact
I found a memory the other day. What was that? I showed it to you.
Yeah. I forget what it was.
And it was you talking and it was like 2 years ago. And I think it was Chris talking about like, well, I got to graduate and go to college first. You said something like that.
And it's, dude, I even have a video on my phone that I'll have to find it after. But I put up the phone and I recorded it for like a time like this. And I said like, me, Matt, and Nick are filming this right now in our house in Boston. This is going to be a monumental video when we're at 1 million subscribers next year and when we're living in LA. And it's all me talking while we're in like senior year of high school filming this video. And it's like our situation is so unbelievable, like, and just so crazy compared to like how life could have gone. So it gets hard for us for at least for me to give advice because I just feel like it's so crazy what we went, like how just fast life went after we graduated. And it's like, I don't know if that feeling is for like, if everyone feels that way, but for me, it's just like high school is just, I feel like it just ends too quickly. And a lot of people expect you to know what you're gonna do after high school way too quickly.
Well,
I agree.
I think the biggest thing for being in high school is more of like being consciously aware of like, there's so many people that are in high school in like their senior year that are like, this senior year is exactly how my life is gonna pan out for the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like countless people will see like their high school life and be like, this is it. This is gonna be it. Like I'm gonna be doing like I'm gonna be in like the neighborhood drama and like be with my best friend and and all this shit. But it's like you have to prepare yourself for it's like everything in your life changes when school is over.
Yeah.
Is really what it is. Because it's like there's new jobs, there's new opportunities, there's new levels of responsibility. And that's why it's like just prioritizing your happiness and your health is always the best thing you can do.
I agree. And your dream.
Yeah.
If you have a dream you want to chase and you have to move out of country and like leave your friends, but it's like something you truly love, like that's the year of like sacrifices, I feel like, as well.
Absolutely.
And it's also like, is that an ant right there or a fly?
It's dead.
Okay.
That was crazy.
That was smooth. Like that was quick.
Yeah.
That was smooth. But for like how I look at it too is just like, I think that like graduating high school, you get put under this microscope by too many people. Like it could be your parents, it could be like teachers, it could be like college advisors, like all these types of people. They try to force the answer out of you. Like, what are you going to do now that you're out of like school? Are you going to go to work? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? And it's like, you don't have to have the answer right away. You know what I mean? Correct. I think too many people, even there's people that go graduate high school, go to college, do 4 years of college, and then still don't know what they want to do, and then get a job and wait. And then they're like 26 and then they decide like, oh, this is what I want to do with my life. And then they start chasing and trying to figure out what they want.
I think,
and it's like, don't rush it, but like try to take the right steps of what you truly want to do and be happy with what you're currently doing.
It's literally about like never forgetting what your dream is.
I
like
agree.
You can do what you feel like the norm is for like your job, for work, for friendships and stuff. Like you can do what you feel like you have to do for like 25 years.
Correct.
While also focusing on your goal at the exact same time. Yes, you may not have as much time you would like for your goal, or you may not be putting as much effort toward your goal as you want, but constantly working on a specific goal that you love and have while also doing something else. Exactly what me, Matt, and Chris did before ending up in the position we were in today. Like we were going to school and we were like struggling with like relationships and friendships, and like there's like life has its ups and downs. So it's like we were going through all we were going through while managing hating going to school and like all the things that you guys are saying you were experiencing, we were experiencing, but we were working on our goal of filming YouTube videos that people could like, and for videos to watch, and for videos for us to look back on in memories. And so it's like while we were going through all this stuff at school, we were and relationships and everything, we were also focused on our goal. And it just happened that since we were focusing on that goal, our rewards from working on it were rewarded to us shockingly quick. You know what I mean? Like that's why I hate talking about stuff like this, because like we are not the average blueprint of how things are going to go, because we got so fortunate with how our life panned out.
But it truly is an example of anything is possible if you put your hard work and dedication and you dream it, you can live it. Because it's like me, Matt, and Nick genuinely like had zero backup plan. Like we were like, we're going to be YouTubers. Like it just made sense when we said it out loud. Like it was just what we wanted to do, and we did it. And it's like, I still get blown away to this day thinking about it. But it's like truly just like the saying, what's that fucking weird corny saying? Is like, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, whatever.
Around that.
Something like that.
there.
But it's like, if you truly love what you do, if you love fucking...
Hey.
If you love cooking, you
It's
get
a vacation. What's that terrible TikTok audio?
I
Like, the
know,
worst thing I've ever
I know
heard.
what you're talking about, but I don't.
Matt, you know what it is.
Yeah.
whatever. But it's like, if you love cooking and you get a job at a restaurant and then you get to cook food every day that people are enjoying, then boom, you're living your life. And obviously
I want
there's
to date a
days,
chef.
obviously there's days where you're like, I don't want to go into work and like cook for all these people, but it's like
Make
at
me
least in the back
food.
of your mind you can be like, wow, I'm grateful that it is my job to do something like cook for people, because I love to cook, you know?
I love to eat, baby.
Okay.
Big nostalgia person. It's obviously a love-hate relationship, but I need to be able to let go of the past.
I think that is like probably like that's like my biggest.
I think I dwell on something in my past at least
Every
2
day.
times a day.
But you have to be able to move forward and realize some things have to be left in the past.
yeah.
That's what it is.
And I've realized that there are certain people that cling on to the past so much that they do let
it's
it
super harmful.
they do let it affect
Super
their
harmful.
entire like way of life and way of thinking, and that unfortunately does affect them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you live every day thinking that like life is gonna just pause
Yeah.
at like a good moment, then you're not gonna.
Because in order
like,
to make progress for something new, you have to have it so that someone can talk to you about something you loved like 3 years ago, and you'd be like, wait, I never think
it's
about
also
that.
it's
You know
also
what I
like
mean?
it's also like for like how I think about it is like you have to be able to create new memories to look back at good ones. You know what
Your
I mean?
past creates
If
your
you're-
future, bro.
If you're too worried
Oh my
about
goodness.
if you're too
True.
worried about looking back at your old memories and wishing shit was like that, then you're never going to be able to do it again, because you're never going to create new
But even
memories.
as simple as me is like I have new desires for like clothing and like what I'm gonna wear and like the way
Yeah.
you just portray yourself. And it's like the other day I was going through my closet and it's like it's so difficult to get rid of
Guys.
shirts that have like a meaning, like items of clothing that
I
remind
agree.
you of something. But it's like in order for me to get to a point where I want to be with like I want a new shirt, I need to make
Well,
room in
it's
my
even like
closet.
I have like Skies merch from like freshman year that does not fit me at all. Like I outgrew it, but I'll never throw it away, because it's just
Yeah,
like that's
absolutely.
just a moment in time. You know what I mean? And it's like if I have a fucking size small Sky shirt that doesn't fit me at all, I'm gonna keep it because it's
Correct.
memory. And
I
it's
also-
like, but am I sitting there waiting for the day it fits me again? No,
No.
I just have it to like.
Yes,
have.
it's there. It's like I have a shirt that I don't really like and I don't really wear anymore, but I loved like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That Chris bought me
I know exactly what it is.
because I had no money. And
no,
none
we
of us had
all
money.
didn't have money at the time. We were like,
And Chris
we
used, like,
were
the
we didn't
only
have a
money he
job
had to
either,
buy
'cause
me
we
a
didn't
shirt,
have a.
so I have
we
that
weren't
shirt
work-
still.
We weren't working at Star Market because of COVID.
I will
then I
say
bought Nick the shirt.
I love topics like this. I really do, and I feel like I give decently good advice, and I feel like we all do. But my biggest thing is I will leave this podcast feeling like everything I said is like right there and this close to what I actually really wanted to get deep down and into.
I agree.
And I feel like it gets really hard for me to explain how I truly feel and how I truly want to help people just sitting in this chair.
well, it's also way
It's
easier.
like
to
I want
help.
each of you who want this advice to be sitting in that chair
Yes,
and give me
I
the
was about to
dirty
say,
details.
and then like
It's
when
way
you
easier
feel
to
like
give
you have
advice.
gotten every single thing, then
you can check out.
next person.
It's way easier to give advice when you're just sitting with the person and they can explain it back and forth. You know what I
like
mean?
I feel like yes.
Well, because
this
it's also like
podcast-
since I'm reading this and then it's like starting a conversation, is I feel like we kind of did a bad
Yeah,
job
like-
of like targeting the conversation
but
to
it's like
ourselves.
you're
But it's
giving us
you
like
have
a
to give advice
blurb
from
of your life, and
experience.
we're just telling you just what we think.
do
of
this,
it.
do that. It's
That's
like I'm
it.
not the law, girl. Do your.
I
own
just
thing.
feel like there's so many things that I will end up like I'll rewatch this pod and I'll be like,
who the fuck is
you
C?
should have said that or that was stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But talk to people that you're actually around and that you trust. I think that was my thing squeaking my chair.
Yeah.
Oh,
But talk to people around you that you trust. Talk to your mom, talk to your dad, talk to your grandma, talk to your siblings, and or talk out loud and write stuff down. Because sometimes
oh my
that
god,
helps you
writing
realize
stuff
shit.
down is the most helpful thing in the world.
Yeah.
Preach to
But
the
yeah.
choir.
Good luck with everything, guys. Work out your problems. Talk to a friend. Be kind to others, because then we would have a lot less people asking for advice if everyone was kind to others.
Correct.
And-
Treat others how you want to be treated is the fucking golden rule.
Literally.
Don't be a silver bitch.
I'll be the golden one.
Be the golden rule.
Wow,
Exactly.
I didn't get up to pee, but I need to right now.
Wow, that's
Amazing.
crazy.
Well,
But yeah.
we'll see you guys next year. We'll see you guys next week at the circus, and it's been a wonderful Monday.
What is this kid talking about?
Can't wait till next Monday. Stay tuned for more.
See you later. Nick's gonna jump through a flaming ring next week.
Yes.
You're nuts.